Coming, Abdulazeez, Akinwale, Akisonya. Please, a round of applause. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Abdulazeez, Akinwale, from Alimosho. What happened? Is it that your parents got to the first alphabet and decided to stop it there?
I think it's just destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah,
That
I think it's destiny. Yeah.
I hope your WAEC result reflects that destiny.
Well, I've got some few A's too there.
You got some few A's.
Yes.
That's good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. We are not here to verify your certificate. Because we know you have your WAEC certificate. Yeah. You are an entrepreneur, youth advocate, tourism expert, communications, all the things in one. Plus, cattle farmer.
Yes.
So which one are you the master of?
Well, I will call myself an entrepreneur.
Wow. Okay. So a way to put everything together.
Yeah, a way to put everything together. I'm a business and social entrepreneur, so to say. I try to make wealth and also have the social impact on people.
You know, I like, you know how the experts will say you have to have multiple streams of income, you know. But once we send you now to the House of Representatives, what happens to all this?
Well, the businesses are there taking care of itself. I don't need to be there, you know. But
you've put structures in place.
I've started it and I've put structures in place.
We are going to believe you. We are going to believe you, yes.
You have to. You have to.
You belong to the opposition party in Lagos State.
Yes.
What is your main concern about how Lagos State is being run?
Well, we've been asked not to. Our campaign should be issues-based. So I'm not going to talk too badly about
you can still make it issues-based.
I know. It's going to be issue-based.
While stating your concerns.
Well, concerns for Lagosians, generally, if you look at it, number one is unemployment. The rate of unemployment is a bit high, is on the high side. Then if you look at the poverty level too, is on the high side. And look at the congestion. We have too many people in Lagos State today, and you see traffic everywhere. And in Alimosho itself, we have, for the younger ones, there's lack of opportunities, which is part of what we've been facing, the challenges, and also lack of amenities. It goes together. You know, if we look at power in itself, if power has been restored to Nigeria as a whole, we know a lot of our younger ones will have been engaged in so many other things. Small businesses will have been able to kick off and try
we see where your concerns are. Now, if given the opportunity, I'm not going to ask you about Lagos as a whole, because the whole of Lagos is not your jurisdiction. It's Alimosho.
It's just Alimosho.
What will you do differently in Alimosho?
Firstly, you know, Alimosho is the biggest local government in the whole of West Africa, with almost about 7.8 million. And
wow.
It's about 7.8 million. And you see, in changing it, you need to be somebody that is rooted in Alimosho. You need to know the problems of Alimosho. You need to know a problem before you can get solutions to it.
True.
And for me, Abdulazeez, Akinwale, Akisonya, I got into Alimosho since 1980. I virtually grew up in Alimosho for over 38 years. And I understand Alimosho in and out. So before you can tackle issues of Alimosho, you need to be somebody that understands Alimosho itself.
Give us an example of one of those things.
Okay.
You know, you've generalized.
Yes.
We agree. You've lived there. You understand the unique nature of the place. So just take one problem, hypothetically. Because you know Nigerians, we know how to highlight problems.
Yeah, I
and the solution.
know. For someone like me, you need to have empathy for the people. Looking at the population of Alimosho, the educational level is kind of low. And if you look at what the budget is giving education today, is nothing to write home about. So we need to get our people educated. Wow. We seriously need to get our people educated, because Alimosho is the local government everybody looks forward to when election is coming because of the numbers. And you see the younger ones are they are vulnerable, so to say. So
politicians come there, gather the vote and leave them behind?
Yes, and leave them behind.
Wow.
That is exactly what the problem is.
You know, the people kind of, I think they've lost faith in politicians, you know, because of all these politicians come, promise, and they move on after a while. How are you planning to, you know, change that orientation, that perception, the way that people look at politicians?
Presently, while I've been going about in Alimosho, I keep telling people I'm not a politician. I'm a citizen of Alimosho. And you need to be a citizen of Alimosho to be able to address the problems of Alimosho. Politicians will come and give you promises, failed promises. But as a citizen of Alimosho, you know the problems. You need to go to the grassroots. We need to do what we call baseline studies. We need to sit with them, have town hall meetings, address these issues. What are the issues that are bordering on our youths, on our younger ones? What are the issues of the market women? These are things we need to do, and we need to solve it together. You don't just go there and tell them, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You need to identify what the problems are before you can address them. That's why I said I'm a citizen, not a politician.
Okay, this question is something that I won't let you go here without asking you.
Okay.
You're coming from a local government that has the kind of population that you have. I also want to believe that a lot of people who reside in that local government are not people who originally are from Alimosho.
Yes,
because
I agree.
I mean, Lagos, we all congregate in Lagos,
yes,
for example. Everybody is talking about restructuring, and some people have the opinion that to restructure Nigeria includes removal of state of origin and putting emphasis on state of residence.
Definitely.
Do you align with that restructuring line of thought?
Yes, I do.
Or you?
I do. Looking at Alimosho, the population of Alimosho, 50% are non-indigent. And growing up in Alimosho, we have all tribes in Alimosho. If you look at the non-indigents, they constitute 50% of the population of Alimosho, while the Yorubas, Aworis, Egbados constitute the other 50%. And in the history of Nigeria as a whole, I don't think there is ever a time you've heard of any clash within that local government, because we've always been living together. So I'm an advocate of restructuring. It's really going to help.
Okay. Finally, in Nigeria, we've always experimented change from top to bottom. And it looks like it's not working. How do we try change from bottom to up?
That takes us on the grassroots.
Yeah.
We need to go to the grassroots. That's where education comes in.
Okay.
While you are educating them, you also need to empower them. And for such
I like the empowerment part.
Yeah, I know you. I have an agenda.
Because all this education without empowerment, that is why
let me just explain
these days we hear young people say, who school help?
Who you help?
So I like
now, let me just tell you what my agenda is. I have this LET agenda. I call it Leadership A to Z, Empowerment A to Z, Transparency A to Z. And in achieving all this, you need to educate the people. You need to take them through the phases. You need to train them. After training, empowerment comes in. After empowerment, then you finance them. You kick them off. Then you teach them the management of how to manage what you've empowered in them.
Abdulazeez Akinwale, we wish you the best.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for making our time.